morning. Back to London session. I thought I'd do London session today because NY, it's a bank holiday. I might do NY as well, depending on what the market's looking like. But I do want to stream how today started. Fresh Monday. Alright, let's get into it. We'll start with pound yen. So GJ, bearish at the moment. Morning Caswell. What's happening? Okay, so pound yen's bearish. We broke Friday's low and Thursday's low. So I believe we're continuing this bearish downtrend. This is the lower high here. So we're trading London today. We might trade NY too. I've got time today. But yeah, so we're bearish at the moment. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep pulling back. So my first target would be for the week 187.4, and if we push below, then we're heading for a weekly support, which is, that's a monthly support there, weekly support down here, so 184.7. Let's look at the 4 hour. So 4 hours creating a top wick, maybe a continuation pattern, continue down. But yeah, pound yen is obviously very bearish. If it decides to pull up, maybe a retest of this 4 hour resistance here. Potential retest of this 4 hour support. But obviously we're playing 4 hour to 4 hour. And that would be the first 4 hour level. Alright. It's got quite a tight zone here. So let's got a resistance 191.1. One sec. Alright, so looking for ideally a closure below this support to continue down, a clean range. I think we're going to get some pound yen sell today. Clean range all the way down to this support, 100 pip range. Perfect. Okay, gold currently bullish. So gold actually gapped up yesterday. Saw it during Asian session. I'm still very bullish on gold, even though we had that pullback on Friday. Morning Benny. Gold is still bullish. Yeah, not really much structure right now, but I think at some point we retrace this drop. Had a 4 hour double top to end the week. I believe that was just profit taking. To be honest, I'm still gonna put the support right here. But yeah, ideally I would like gold buys. Support at these lows, resistance right here, 2904. Not a bad range on gold. Get rid of that 4-hour level. This looks like a decent range. Look, 100 pips. Closure above or closure below. We're good. Morning, morning, morning. What's up, Ash? Good morning. So yeah, just gonna wait for a breakout. Big gap to start the week, right? I was just talking about that. How big was this gap? Where did it go? Close here. 100 pips. 100 pip gap. Crazy. Crazy gap. You still think gold's gonna drop? Think gold's still going down? I'm still bullish on gold, to be honest. But I'm here for any pullbacks to give us some nice market structure. I'm here for it. He said gold is bullish until further notice. I'm actually glad for this drop on Friday, because just being at these highs with no, like the highs being very close, and then there's nowhere to go above there, or no targets. Here we've got a nice range, about 400 pip range at least. But yeah, I want to see if we do get some volume in NY as well. I don't think it's a big US holiday today, because how many people have the day off in the US? One of my friends doesn't. She didn't even know it was a holiday. Morning, Rosie. Morning, morning. Now, if this resistance holds and we get a resistance formed here, we could continue this bearish pullback. If price would have broken Friday's low when it was in the 70s, I would be on sells, but since it didn't, I think it can continue up. Facts. Facts. Like I said, I'm bullish on gold anyway. Look, it came very close to Friday's low. Very close. But yeah, I think it's just creating that uptrend structure for me. This, to me, here would still be like the 4-hour area. Like all here. It's like a rejection area. All of these wicks inside. So if we push up from here, I kind of see it's like a double bottom. But I can't wait to see what gold has in store for us this week. I can't wait. Let's see what gold has in store for us. Let me check on pound yen. Now, typically I would go for these pound yen buys, but I'm so bullish on, bearish on pound yen. I remember this is the area I was waiting for price to break last Friday. And it didn't. But if it does buy up, I'm looking for, this is a 4 hour support. So I would like to see a retest maybe. Minor head and shoulders, what in GJ. Kind of looks like it, right? Yes. Now pound yen recently, a lot of time what it's been doing is London session. It's been pushing up, creating a resistance or a lower high, and then NY just dropping. So I wouldn't even be surprised if that happens today. Because structure wise, this thing just looks like it wants to come down to me. I'm here for it, but the pullback would be nice. Where would the pattern end? So that would be the head up to, say, the neckline about here. 36 pips. Yeah, it's nothing crazy, is it? About 36. So yeah, just above that 4 hour level. Gold ain't doing nothing. Now if I had more of a range on pound yen, if this resistance was a little further away, I'd be looking for some quick buys, like counter trend in and out. What, 16 pips to the next resistance? Wouldn't even get a 1-to-1. So I need at least a 1-to-1. GJ. Dun, dun, dun. I'm back. Cool. Alright, so this candle closes in the next, well, just under 9 minutes. I got you. All right. Okay, gold's not breaking this high just yet, or this resistance. Now if pound yen pushes up, holds under this resistance, there's a bearish candle, closes back below, I think we get some sells down. But the pattern does play out by this 4-hour level. What's up, Ash? No. Hey, say something. Nah, no audio. Yeah, it's not even the zoom. It's definitely not picking you up. Maybe try rejoin. Come on, Goldie. Close above. 4 minutes, 40 pips. Some light work. Boom, boom. Yeah, so a pound yen closure back below, or resistance here, I think is creating a lower high. I mean, above this 4-hour support, this 4-hour retest area, maybe up to the daily flip. If I was looking for buys on pound yen, like this, buys on pound yen, still have this rejection area up here, but maybe an engulfing. This 4-hour closes above, probably target this resistance, this 4-hour resistance. Still about 70 pips away. So yeah, so I need a closure above in the next 2 hours. A push up. Okay, gold, little volume on gold. This is good, this is good. All right. Still don't hear you. It's weird. We're gonna have to figure this out. This is weird. I can see your mic's not muted. Gold buys coming. Looks like we might get that closure above. Nah, price is holding below this resistance. It's not happening just yet. maybe a closure above in the next candle. Just gotta wait it out. No buys on gold just yet. What we got on pound yen? Yeah, I don't like the buys here. Obviously this resistance is very close. Normally I would say with volume, price could continue pushing. But in this instance, I'm quite bearish on pound yen, so I'm not really anticipating much volume. It could happen, it might not. Nah, I still don't hear you.
Yo.
There we go.
You got it?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. You know why I started working?
Why?
Because I was making a video to show you that it's not working. That's how you get something to work.
Damn. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let me see if I don't see the mic moving for the YouTube though.
No.
So I can test it.
Now, how do I see you? Do I get to see your YouTube screen from here, or do I go back?
Oh, I need to share it again.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, you're coming out the YouTube. You're good.
I'm good now.
All good, all good.
Okay.
Special guest.
Hey, everybody.
So yeah, gold. Did you where did you manage to get out? Cause you caught the tippity top yesterday.
Oh man, and I'm so happy that I got out. And so I got in at let me pull up my trade locker. As soon as I saw that gap,
Mhm.
and I saw that gap, and I also had a fib on my H1 time frame.
Yeah.
And right at when price opened up was around like the 23.6%.
Yes. Mhm.
So I ended up, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should wait until the hour close. That's my initial thoughts. And then I was just like, if this starts to fall, I'm gonna be so upset. So let me put something small on. So I get in at
That 28.93, right? It was literally like the
20.
top.
Yeah, I got in at 2893.29.
Mm, lovely.
And I got out. I saw when it went to 28.79, but it started to come back up. I
Mhm.
got out at 2881.57.
Wow. So what? Quick 120 pips to start the day. Something like.
Oh, something like, oh, well, then let me tell you how I got greedy. And
Oh.
so I, so I actually got in. I waited, and first of all, the reason why I got out is because if you pull up the RSI, there's very slight diversions on I think the M30 or the H1. So that's why I got out of the sales. Um,
Is it here? No, down here.
down there. So you see like where we closed at when we
There.
yeah, it's very slight, but it's there.
Got
And
you.
it's
Got you.
also very small on I think the H1. So anyway, that made me want to get out of the cells. And I came back like an hour or two later, and I saw that we were in that same area that I caught the cells from the first time, and
Okay.
I wanted to go to 28.96. And I thought, I think it went to 28.96, and I saw it starting to come down, so I got into some cells again. And as soon as we got to like 28.99, I
Mhm.
thought this might not be good. So I ended up closing the cells, and I waited because we had a slight where your resistance is.
Yeah.
I ended up getting into. I waited up there, and I got into two cells coming down from that area.
Nice. 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 Oh, you eating in Asian session recently?
Oh yeah, yeah, and also with it being U.S. bank holiday tomorrow or today,
Mhm.
I just don't know how much volume there's going to be in New York. I'm not sure.
Do you know what? I was talking to someone about that yesterday about NY volume, but I think I still might stream it just to see because recently we say, oh, it's a holiday, so there's not much going to be going on in the markets, and then it happens. Then there's moves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would like to just have a record of it. So I can say, you know what, this is what happened last bank holiday. There was some
Yeah,
potential there.
yeah, I think that's a good idea. Also, something I'm looking at for tomorrow is that usually on bank holidays, the day before the bank holiday, we probably had a big move, and this is usually yeah, I would say for gold, we've had like a big move, and
Mhm.
then the bank holiday, that actual day, we'll have a move, but the candle would be small because we've ranged on a lower time frame. So
Mm.
that daily candle is small. And if that daily candle is after a bigger candle, I've noticed sometimes it could be like a continuation. For example, if
Uh,
Friday, just well, taking for this, Friday was a big red candle,
yeah.
on Monday, I want to see how much of this green candle we actually get. Because if it's a small baby green candle, we got some
Continuation.
type of continuation pattern.
Mhm. Yeah, it's been
And
happening. It happens a lot.
yeah,
You're
and
right.
then usually when we see that Asian session right after we have that,
Shoots up.
they, they follow through. They
Yep.
see the pattern and follow through.
Oh yeah, depending on which way the pattern's going, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. So that's something I'm really paying attention to for tomorrow.
Gonna be interesting. So, do you have the day off today or tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah, I got the day off, and I usually take off the next day too. So I'm off Tuesday as well.
Ah, nice, 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 nice. So, you gonna trade NY session today, or are you gonna be sleeping?
Oh no, I'm trading NY session. I'm, no, no, no. I'm I'm just gonna pace myself though because while I would like to catch something, I'm not gonna force anything. So I wanna already like start. The week is already myself and see what more information we get to kind of better gauge, because we did just have a huge move on Friday. That's our first daily engulfing candle in a good while.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Lovely pullback. It's a
yeah,
lovely pullback.
and we also have on the weekly, we have such an exhaustion candle from last week.
And a little nice little gap to be filled.
Nice little gap.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this week.
Same.
I just hope we don't range on gold. Just hope that I have a range today, not on gold in general.
Right.
But it's a quiet news week, which is good. So these FOMC meeting minutes, I don't think much is going to happen there. Even if it does, it's late into the session.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really worried about that news. I think we kind of know where they're heading in terms of cutting. So I was expecting quite a few cuts this year, interest rates cuts, but it doesn't seem like that's happening, especially with inflation still quite high.
Yeah.
So need a drastic change, and I think that's what Powell will say. Thursday, unemployment claims, not really expecting much from that. PMIs might be fun.
Oh, yeah,
PMIs, yeah,
PMI,
PMIs.
right?
Yep. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Friday in general. Friday is quite a heavy news day. Pound yen's got retail sales in the morning and PMIs too.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know what I liked about last Friday that we usually don't have?
Mm.
We have a lot of that consumer sentiment news on Fridays.
Yes.
Last week, so that was another reason why I felt really good about holding those sales a little bit longer, because we have it this week. We have
on Friday too.
Yep, on Friday right after PMI.
It's just crazy that it's been downgraded into orange folder.
Yeah, but it sometimes it just moves, right?
It does. I think it should be upgraded again. But if you use different news sources, so obviously Forex Factory, it might be orange folder, but FX Street might have it as red still. Sometimes investing.com, like all different news outlets have it as high impact or not. So I mean, news is news, and if it affects the currency, you still have to look out for it. I think so.
Yeah.
I've definitely got a little note of it, but I think the PMIs will be the move, and it's right after PMI, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, same.
Gold is just ranging.
Surprised that the H4 time frame is looking like this, because after the last closure on H4,
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were going to see more of some sales, possibly targeting that, like the beginning of, or the closure of that gap. I think it's like 28. It's 28.87 at the start of that red candle on the H4 time frame. Sorry, I was looking at my own chart, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do I have a different candle to you?
No, you're good. So that red candle, the last red candle,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, at it's opening.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to see a red candle for the H4.
Oh, to fill the gap here.
Mm-hmm. Because we haven't. It's an hour and 45 minutes, so there's still some time for things to happen, but we haven't broken the high yet of the previous H4, and we've already broke the lower.
So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When would you consider a wick fill, and when would you consider a rejection?
Ooh. Okay, so looking at the H4 time frame,
Mm-hmm.
I would consider a wick fill when we've had a long body, like when our body is, like the candle body is longer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go on the H1 time frame.
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's see H1. All right, so you see how on Friday we had that that bearish pattern, right? Go up.
Oh, here. Yep.
Yeah, so you see that very next candle, that big red one,
Yep.
and it has some wick. I like that for a wick fill because we've already had such a big push,
Mhm.
and that next candle could feel it. But if it is really exhausted, then
Mhm.
I don't like it for a wick fill because it doesn't look like one or the other had enough control. Like
Okay.
buyers or sellers had enough control. But if it's a large candle body,
Mhm.
it should be who had the control to fill the next wick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because like someone asked me to make a video on rejection candles and wick fills. When to consider each one.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one though. That's a good question.
Yeah.
So and sometimes, although for me primarily, I only use it when there's a candle body, but I've seen examples of it happening when there's like an exhausted candle.
Yes. So in that case, and that's what I was when I was making notes about what to put in a video. Like when would I consider it? Because if you think about it, the continuation pattern is kind of an exhausting candle as well, right? Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what determines that it's going to continue would be looking at the lower time frame and looking at the structure of the candles.
Yeah.
So like for that wick, this wick fill here, I mean this continuation pattern and a wick fill, it would be if you drop down to the 30-minute, the wick that pulled up is the support, and then the next one is the resistance. So it's created like it's created a downtrend structure. So that's how you know it's going to fill the wick, because it's created a lower high then to continue down. Does that make sense?
Yes, I can get it.
All right, so for instance, let's say for this 4-hour candle that we have here now, how do we know that it's going to fill the wick? If you drop down to the 1-hour time frame, you've got a resistance, now you've got a support to then push up. It's created uptrend structure inside the candle.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I can see it, but the only reason why I don't um, use it like that is because for me, when I think about wick fills, it a wick fill is almost like it's a continuation pattern.
Mhm.
That means the prior candle has to be that same. They would it would if it's like a bearish candle wick fill,
Mhm.
then a prior candle was also bearish.
Got you.
Now, if it's like that, how we saw that bull candle um, for that continuation sign, even though it's exhausted, that bullish candle is exhausted, I consider that just another pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. But on the flip side of that, I have seen those exhaustion candles filled, and it's usually after some big news where the news has caused the exhaustion.
Yes. And then we continue in that direction afterwards.
Yes. So if it's news and if there's like um I feel like that's a or matter rather I say the result of news could make an exhaustion candle get filled rather than
Yes.
if
Yeah.
it's just a regular course a day.
So
I
that
don't see it.
mhm. So that's another point that I would be making in the video too. Like depending on the direction of the volume, momentum.
Mhm.
Like sometimes after a big push, you have a little bit of a slowdown, and then price will continue in that direction. And that's when
Yeah.
you could also think about a wick fill. Yeah. But me, I think I'm definitely going to be focusing on wick fills on the higher time frames.
Oh
So
yes.
looking at the structure, filling the 4-hour wick, filling the daily wick, and then a continuation pattern. So I think those are the 3 points that I'll be trying to break down.
Okay.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Also making these videos is like a learning experience too. Learning,
Yeah.
yeah.
It makes you dive deeper into like why you think certain things.
100%. It's good to be able to articulate it as well.
Yes. And even speaking about the exhaustion candle, I
Mhm.
think the more we've talked about it, I'm going to really look out for how this week builds out for gold because we're following a weekly exhaustion candle.
Yes, yeah, we are actually. So like I said, for gold now, especially on the higher time frames, what I'll be looking at is if we get a weekly wick fill, I'll be looking at the structure of the daily time frame.
To see if it starts to follow suit.
Yes, because if the daily time frames creating an uptrend, then I think the wick will get filled to the upside. But if the daily time frame's looking like a downtrend, then obviously it's not going to fill the wick.
Right. Because now daily is going the opposite structure.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because look, I mean, last week this this daily got filled, and you would have thought we would have had a pullback.
What day was that? That was on Monday?
This was Friday. Oh, Monday pushed up, yeah. But that was that
Yeah.
Asian session. Was it? It was then. I can't remember when it was.
Yeah. That's right after those. I can't even say the tariff news because there's so much tariff news, but that was Asian session Sunday night. It opened crazy.
Caswell said we might get a closure above on GJ. I'm still bearish on GJ. I'm still bearish on GJ. I'm looking for the sells. I want a bearish candle, a nice resistance, and then I want it to sell all the way down.
Okay.
Because I want it to retest this 4-hour level here. So I'm just breaking it down for Mr. Caswell.
Good old GJ.
Good old GJ.
Old friend of mine.
So you still you thinking about not adding another pair other than gold or no?
Nah, you know what? No, I can't say anything consistent, right? Because I really do just like trading one pair, but I have dabbled in a little Bitcoin in the past few months.
Not looking at it again?
What'd you say?
You're not looking at Bitcoin again?
No, I've realized that I do like it if I'm trying to build an account, it is helpful.
Okay.
But
You trade it on weekends too?
no, I learned my lesson one time. I held it over the weekend, and my broker they do maintenance a lot on Sunday mornings
Ooh.
over here from like 9 to 11. And what I've learned is around that time, like the 11 o'clock time on Sunday,
Yeah.
Bitcoin it moves. It might not move that much on Saturday, but Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, it really starts to wind up for the week.
Cool.
Yeah,
So you felt that you learned a lesson.
yeah, and I also feel like even though I like to look at Bitcoin and try to catch it when I can, if I'm being honest with myself, I don't know its tempo like I know gold.
Yeah, because Bitcoin just moves when it wants.
Yeah.
It's a whole different type of crypto news you got to look out for. Like
Mm-hmm.
who's buying in big amounts, who's selling in big amounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much of that. And I am largely a technical based trader, so keeping up with all that fundamental news is really beyond me.
Benny said trading Bitcoin is brave.
For real.
GJ fake out coming. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. What do you think about pound yen since your old bay?
And let me see how it looks with that with the RSI.
Oh shit. Let's go RSI. I'm saying bouncing off the 50. What time frame you need?
Let me see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
pushing us up. At the tip of that last shoulder, right? If you look at the RSI at that tip,
Yeah.
you see how the RSI looked like it kind of like broke out.
Yeah.
Down one more. Yeah, when we first had that head and
Oh.
at the last shoulder.
Yeah.
So it looked like it kind of broke out here, but it's very minor. What's the H1 look like? Let me see. Let me go through these time frames. Oh, you know what? So on your actually, so I'm looking at it like on your screen and on mine. I just looked at your daily chart.
Yeah.
The daily only had those two. It has like these really two small candles
Yeah.
after that those few bull days.
Yep. I think the daily's creating a lower high, resistance lower high to continue down.
Mm.
But we have CPI, we have jobs data tomorrow for GBP, CPI on Wednesday, and then retail sales and PMIs on Friday. So it's quite a heavy news week for pound yen.
Yeah.
Our CPI is going to be higher than expected, so that potentially could be bullish for GJ.
Okay.
But overall, the sentiment is that the pound economy isn't doing great. Um, we'll see what happens with retail sales on Friday, but the yen is also kind of doing a little better recently because they're looking
Okay.
to increase their interest rate. So it's kind of bullish on for the yen, bearish for GBP. But then we have the GBP news this week, so I like the sales.
Okay. I just flipped through a bunch of time frames. All right. So, hmm, interesting bullish engulfing last week
On the daily.
on the weekly. Interesting.
Yeah, but GJ does
If
that.
it
Look,
was
GJ been doing
if
that.
it
Look,
was
look.
if it wasn't for those gaps
Mhm.
at first, I thought I saw a double top. But when I threw my line chart on, it doesn't quite look like it. You see
Mm.
those two peaks,
Yeah.
but then you had this little minor third one at the yeah, right there.
Yeah. It's for me. It's a downtrend. It's
Mhm.
pushing down. So I would call it a kind of double top. But this here was a massive gap that happened. I remember that it was a big gap up, and then it gapped. It pushed up, and then it just fell for the rest of the week. I actually remember that. But yeah, GJ to me is like bearish on a daily at least.
Yeah, and it's been kind of in this like there's been a somewhat of a range going on for a good while too.
Yep. Yep.
I'm looking at it on this daily. It's been I've had this I've marked this chart up a long time. So I'm looking at my chart. I marked my chart up a long time ago, and we're still in this area. Oh man, yeah,
Yeah, GJ's been it's weird because it has been ranging, but it's also been giving nice pips. It's not been a horrible range like when I took a break from it before.
hmm
Yeah, that range before it wasn't nice, but now, yeah, it's like 100, 200 pip moves.
mm.
Got some good volume.
So when you look at this on the H4 time frame, right?
Mhm.
Do you consider this bull move we just had somewhat of a retest of the last like higher? I mean, last lower high.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay.
If it doesn't break this 4 hour, the previous 4 hour high. If it doesn't break above the previous 4 hour high, then I'm looking for sells. But I'm definitely considering this as a break and retest. So what I'm looking for now is a resistance and then sells back down. But if it closes above, then I want to see retest the daily flip. And I think I had, what was I talking about? Yeah, pushing up to this area, like 192. We got this, look at this rejection area here. This was, I remember this, it's like Thursday, Friday, playing around up here, like pushing and then coming back down.
Real wicked.
Friday I was playing the range. I took buys up and I took some sells down, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, I bought this buy up from the continuation pattern up.
Oh, okay.
And then I took these sells when it formed a lower high. Let me get rid of this. It's literally just 20 pips, 20 pips, 20 pips up, 20 pips down. Oh yeah, that push up, this tapped the resistance, closed below this previous resistance, took the sells back down.
Oh, you got in on that candle right there. That one didn't even have a top leg.
Didn't even, it's tiny. It's there, but it's very, very small.
Okay.
Very, very small. But once I saw it break the low, I just thought, yeah, no continuation pattern here. And I got in. What's gold doing?
Oh, we got a little.
We do. Kind of like the cells.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the cells too. It's a lot. And I was really thinking of. I really want to see how we close this next H4 candle. I really do. I wonder if it is possible for it to go to that, to close a little bit of that gap, because those other gold candles on the H4 time frame, they're small, wiki, but small.
They are.
Yeah, I want to see what we do here.
But I like this. Even though I'm still bullish on gold, I'm not opposed to sells. I'm definitely not opposed to sells. Look at the size of this range. I said even though I'm bullish on gold, I'm not opposed to sells.
Yeah.
Definitely not. And this is a nice range. Look at the size of this range. If we go from this resistance down to the support, like 127 pips, nearly 128 pips. Like, looking at the range, it doesn't look big. But when you actually measure out how many pips, like, gold's been creating really big ranges recently.
Man, tell me about it. There was a time when I first saw gold, I would never trade it. Like when I was trading GJ and I used to look at gold, I used to be like, man, this thing moves crazy. Now, I say it with a smile because man, this thing moves crazy. It really does.
Oh, Benny's in some cells. Damn, he ain't playing.
For gold?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I hopped in a cell, just a small one, not long ago.
Okay. Yeah, once it created this lower high, it respected this previous candle. And the 4 hours also not breaking the high, so I feel like we're gonna get a lot of sideways candles today for some reason. Not for some reason, because we have the NY volume. I think it's still gonna move. I just still feel like it's gonna be a lot of sideways movement up and down. So yeah, we'll get that week daily candle today. And then tomorrow, get a nice push. GJ. If GJ had a top wick, these cells would be nice. Exactly what I was looking for. A lower high, a resistance.
You think that's about to be a continuation pattern into your zone?
I kind of don't. Do you know what? Continuation patterns, I've noticed they work better with the trend.
Okay, that's true. This is true. That's true.
So to me, pound yen is bearish right now. So if it was a bearish continuation, yes. But this
Okay.
how it is, nah. I think it does need a top wick. Yeah. Mm-mm. I think these gold cells would be nice though.
Yeah, let's see what's going on with that. What is? Let me look at when you when you were on your on GJ. What did the 5 minute look like?
GJ on the 5 minute. Let's have a look.
Oh my goodness! I see you have a tab open for Bitcoin. Goodness.
I was looking at it as he was talking about it. I was looking at it. I'll put it up.
All right, let me
I
see.
normally have either Bitcoin, dollar index as a third chart just to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
But to be honest, I don't really use the dollar index as much as I used to because it's like the correlation's a bit off. Like it's bullish and gold is bullish too. Like even the GJ correlation's kind of thrown off. So DXY doesn't. It's not as effective as it used to be for me.
Mm, yeah, because I remember the other day I used to think it was opposite correlated. Oh goodness, gold is dropping.
I seen the
GJ
price. I see Benny said he's up 20 pips. Well, that's got to be 30 pips now.
thing is moving. GJ M5 looks like another inverted head and shoulders pattern. If you zone out just a little bit,
Here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder.
yep. And this could be us coming down to test that broken ceiling,
Where at?
the neckline.
Oh, oh. Oh, okay. To go up. Interesting.
Okay, and then
Interesting.
some type of. But if we were to break that last shoulder, then it's over.
Yes,
Like
yeah, yeah.
if we fall past that last shoulder.
And we still don't have a top wick on this candle as well, which is.
Exactly.
We need that top wick. Definitely need that top wick. See, gold was pulling up a little bit. Like for gold these days, I think you really need a good entry because the way it swings 10, 20 pips up and down in one candle is just it's mental.
Quickly too.
Like do you have like an average stop loss size? I know you get entries on the 5 minute sometimes, but my stop losses these days are like minimum 40 pips. Like on average they're about 40 pips these days.
Okay. Um. Usually, I really do try to line it up with you know the last the last
At
higher
structure point.
or something like that, or last peak.
Mhm.
But I will say my stop loss for gold is probably somewhere around like I usually say like 5 or 6, but I think it's like 50 or 60.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere around there.
Okay, okay. Okay, yeah. It's not too bad. Obviously you hold for longer anyway, so you're looking for more pips. It might be 50,
Exactly.
60, but your TPs like you're closing like 100, 200 pips, so
Oh my goodness! On Friday, my stop loss was supposed to be. I think I was supposed to have it like 60 pips, and it only went to like 40. And when I closed that trade up a little over 100. I mean 300 pips.
cool.
That was a 300 pip move on Friday.
I remember.
Crazy.
So where did you get in? You got in up. What was your prices? Do you remember? I know it was
I
after we was looking at the 4 hour starting to drop.
Okay. I on Friday I
Mhm.
got in at one second. I got in at 25, 29, 24. When we came back up at, this was after the H4 had closed,
Mhm.
9 o'clock my time. When we had just touched the daily flip.
Okay.
And then if you go on the H1 time frame,
Yeah.
yeah, on the H1, once I saw that continuation candle, that bull candle,
Yeah.
once I saw that, and we opened that next candle, that next red candle, I got in right there. So I got one more at 29.20.
Damn.
And that thing felt so good. That was the best. No one. That was the best Valentine's Day gift I ever got. That's it. The market's gonna give you something.
Benny said 300 pips. Rosie said that trade was lovely.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
It was love. It was love. Nice way to end the week. Nice way
Yeah,
to end the week.
for
100%.
sure, for sure. I really wanted to hold it until it went to 28.84. That was my. That was my.
I remember. But it was like playing around and it was pulling back. And do you know what? I know people in the chat were like, close or taking money off the table and da da da. But you know how I feel about runners.
I know.
Like you could, and you had how many positions open?
I had 4 positions open.
You could have kept one of them things.
For real. And you know what? I thought about it too. I thought about keeping just one open.
Just one.
But then I was like, man, I want to just be. You know that moment where like you want to close and be done, and
Oh yeah.
you're like, okay, this is, I'm done. I'm already finished for the day. Good profit. I really wanted that.
Because then there's also that thing like, I'm happy with what I've got, so why don't I just take it off the table and be done? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's two things to consider. Am I being greedy, or is my analysis correct and my trade is going to play out and I should trust that?
Right. Because if you look, when we first dipped into the 90s, we had came back up. You see that continuation, the first continuation pattern on M30.
Mhm.
Go down.
This one here. Yep.
Yep, that first one, when we came back into the 2900s, I got nervous and I was like, dang, it was just 28.93. I could have taken this, and now we're back at 29.05.
Mhm.
That was like a moment for me of don't close, at least get into the 90s, at least get into the 90s, and see if we can break the low of the previous hour.
And it sure did. It sure did.
Um, and then from there, I think it was getting late too, because it was getting late for my trading time frame.
Mhm.
So from there, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it. I ended up with this account.
Mhm.
And had traded Asian session the night before.
Oh, so you was done.
Oh
You were
yeah,
done.
I was so done. I had traded up, that Thursday run.
Oh yes.
Let's see what gold is doing now. It's pushing back up.
This is what I'm talking about with gold. So it dropped 30 pips, and then you have to have a good entry, because it was up 30 pips and now it's all the way back to, well, this is where I would have got in at the break of this low. So resistance formed, higher low, a lower high, sells. So I would have to be, well, that's why I am in and out. This is why I get in and out.
You have to be sometimes with gold. You gotta scalp it real quick.
And I don't mind. So if I can take, obviously looking at 2 pairs, and if I can take on average 20 to 30 pips, and I'm taking 2-3 trades, I could be looking at like 100 pips a day.
Oh, okay.
I'm good with that, and that's how I have to look at it. Like, I take small trades, but I take multiple trades, so it builds up.
Right. It doesn't have to be one WAP trade that you're holding.
Exactly. So I'm
Because
just
sometimes
snatching.
that
Mhm.
type of mindset gets us locked in and married to trades that we shouldn't be in anymore.
Exactly. It just doesn't fit me personally. In and out, couple trades a day. And the thing is, I don't feel like it's over trading if I'm taking more than a couple trades because I'm trading multiple sessions.
Yeah.
So if I trade in one session and taking loads of trades in that session, and it's across two pairs as well, yeah. Sometimes I can trade the move up and then trade the move back down. So, and then sometimes I catch some big moves like pound yen. I think I can hold pound yen moves more than I can with gold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it moves slower.
True.
It moves slower. Obviously the pips.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's moved pretty quick. But yeah, I just feel it just feels safer for me to hold. Gold don't feel safe for me to hold. For instance, now.
No, I can understand that one. Especially with how gold has moved recently. And you have I feel like now I have to keep up with so much tariff news too. I'm so tired of that.
Oh yeah,
That tariff news really springs gold into action.
it does. It does. It's because of the DXY, isn't it? Because of USD. So you either have to, because Trump has his own social network. You know that, right? He has his own social network platform.
His website,
Truth Social. It's called Truth Social, where he posts on all the time. So a lot of the stuff comes from that, but you definitely have to keep an eye on what he's talking about.
yeah.
Look at GJ. Oof. So it made the top wick, came back down.
Oh, it made the top wick.
It did.
Okay.
It did. It did. So now if it made the top wick first, I would have liked it. Then I could use the top wick as a stop loss. Even the previous candle high stop loss ain't that big, like 20 pips. And I want it to sell to the bottom of this range. 43 pips. That is what it is. I'm very curious to see how this 4 hour closes on gold though. I think we're going to get a wick fill and it break the high. If this candle, if we can close above this resistance, even though we've created this lower high, we're creating a higher low now. Daily's bullish, 4 hours
If
bullish.
it closes above that resistance, because it's to the left of it's pretty clean.
It's very clean. It's very
That
clean.
would be quite a retracement, but that's nothing for gold to retrace. Some of that daily candle. That's
Only
nothing for
problem
gold.
for me, only problem I'm having is that it's a bank holiday. So how much is it really gonna push up? But you never know.
Right, right. How much is it really gonna push up?
Well then, we've seen gold say, "Oh, it's a bank holiday," and
Gold said, "I'm not off though."
right, right, because he's like President's Day. This president moves me. I wonder if Trump will have a day off today. I doubt it.
Oh my goodness, no! Did you see with the White House? They posted something on their Instagram for Valentine's Day. It was like roses are red, violets are blue. Don't come here, we'll deport you.
It
Or
never
don't
said.
come here illegally, we'll deport you.
It never said that.
I was just like, what?
Oh man, I'm really enjoying U.S. politics at the moment.
I'm happy we can amuse and entertain.
It's just been amazing. I'm not gonna lie, like it's been so amazing. It is amusing. Like the way they're going about, and it's not. I don't think they're doing anything bad with deportations because they're going after. I think it's going to be sad for the people that have built their lives here and have integrated into society,
Yeah.
and hopefully they're paying some tax dollars or some tax. You know what I mean, to make it like I'm doing my part. But for the gangs and people they're getting rid of, that's a no-brainer. That should have been happening anyway. I don't even know why that's a thing.
Oh yeah. We had a gang take over this building in Colorado.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
But did you hear the guy went after them and they've been tipped off that border enforcement were coming after them, so they cleared out.
And it went to New York, and
And
they got caught in New York.
oh, they found them now.
Yeah, he was in New York. The leader was in New York.
Mm. And do you know what? They said it might be the FBI that tipped them off. Can you imagine?
The FBI that took the gang members off.
They think so. There's like a rumor that it might have been someone in the FBI that said, yeah, they're coming for you. So they've got that Kash Patel, who's going to be head of the FBI now, or head of that department, and he's just like, yeah, there's a lot of bad actors and we want to weed them out. Like it's some crazy stuff going on. It's like watching a US
A series.
it's like watching a Netflix series. I can't wait for a Netflix series to come out about it. Oh, GJ. If that topic was already there, man, that would have been.
Yeah.
But then it could also be a retest of this broken resistance. So
Yeah.
I don't take trades after 9 o'clock. Between 9 and 11:30,
Okay.
because it's like a dead time to me. So unless there's some serious volume, which is, I want to say 8 out of 10, there's not. The 2 times I might get into something, but most times I don't. I kind of wanted to see the gold sells, but at the same time I'm bullish.
Yeah, I wanted to see them too.
At least down to the daily flip.
Oh, that's another thing. You know, gold loves to come back to that daily flip during the New York session. So we might still see it some point today. It depends on how high we go. If we go too high up, we might not see it.
Yeah, if it pulls away too much.
Yeah, if it pulls away too much, it might not happen.
Where's the Asian
But
range? Look, we're staying underneath this. Staying in this Asian range though.
that's a big range too.
Massive. Do you use the 15-minute?
Not really. I feel like if I'm in a trade and I drop to the 15-minute, I could just be trying to convince myself. But no, I don't like to use it too much.
Same.
It's one of those things like I might, if I see something on M30 and I'm like, oh, is that pattern what I think it is? I might drop to M15 just to clarify something I see. But it's never like a deciding factor.
I know there's a guy in the chat, Benny, he loves M15. He said M15 is my baby. He loves the M15. I know he uses the M30 in 1 hour too, but the M15, he'll take them M15 entries. Sometimes they be hitting. He gets in a bit earlier than we do, but sometimes they don't.
You gotta show me something because I will agree though. I love me some H. I love the H1, and then directly after it, definitely M30.
Yep.
Higher time frames overpowered, but I love H1 for gold.
Yeah. Oh, H1 for gold.
Yeah, I love H1.
Okay.
That's actually what I've been throwing the fibs on to get the higher time frame targets.
Okay.
Yeah, I use it a good amount. Once I see something on the H4 time frame, I drop down to H1 to see if it's starting to correlate.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Good old time frame.
The only time I really flipped to the H1 time frame was here. Was that CPI move. Because it was so funny actually. Listen, the battle in my head was real. Even though I broke it down, the battle in my head was real. Whether to take this trade or not.
And it was so smooth.
Don't even get me started. So I started looking at the 30-minute, and then I was like, I don't like these resistances here, because it was trending down all day before the CPI, wasn't it? It was just dropping, and then it started pushing back up. We got this rejection wick, and I'm like, okay, this definitely looks like it could push. And I'm thinking volume could definitely push gold through all of this, but I just didn't like the fact that there were so many levels in between, because I thought price might bounce off or hold. So then I said, you know what, let me go to the 1 hour time frame. When I went to the 1 hour, I was like, oh look, all those levels are gone. I was like, it's clean. I was like, oh, the 1 hour is clean now. So I literally did that. I removed all the resistances I had there, put one here, and then by the time I'd done that, I talked myself into it, but I just didn't execute. Yeah, it did. Once it took off, that was it, and I'd missed that opportunity. But the main things, I'm happy that the analysis was correct. And I'll definitely repeat those steps, because I think that's something that I forget to do, is go to different time frames, especially the 1 hour. I don't use it often because I think sometimes it can be conflicting. You can have a 1 hour resistance or support somewhere, or a 30-minute support, but it's not on the 1 hour, and the 30-minute to me matters more. That's because that's just how I trade, because I'm executing on that time frame. So yeah.
So you like the M30 more?
Oh yeah. M30. Definitely. I think waiting an hour is too long.
Also 15?
No, never the 15. Okay. Never the 15. Like, unless it's forming a continuation pattern. That's the only time I really look at the 15. But that's to take a entry on the 30-minute. So I'm just using like M15 structure to execute on the 30-minute time frame.
Okay. I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. But I never use rarely would I use the 15-minute for execution. Or I use the 15-minute for a stop loss. If I need a smaller stop loss, then I'll use the M15 stop. But it'll be still based on the 30-minute.
Are you still using magic keys?
I don't. I need to set it up with C-Trader, so I haven't been able to do that yet. I know I can. I know I can set it up with my C-Trader, I just haven't. But it's a bit it's a bit broken, my magic keys, because I got angry with it one day and threw it.
Oh no.
And it hit the wall, and now it's missing the enter button. Yeah.
No, I got angry with it one day.
I got angry, yeah. It was a one-off, and I was like, that was dumb. But the buttons I need still work.
Okay.
And why I got angry is because I wanted to press the button and I didn't. I was like, what's the point of me having these keys? And I fucking tossed it.
I was like, what do I need this for anyway? Tossed it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was my fault I didn't use it, not yours, isn't it? So yeah, it was a bit dumb. Are you sending yours over here still?
Yeah. I was telling Age, man, I was under the weather so bad in the past, for 2 weeks. So I didn't go to the post office, and I haven't seen Laneza, because we're sending a package over there. I haven't seen Laneza.
Oh, is that still coming?
Yeah. It's still coming. It's a little late.
She keeps saying she's gonna come and see you. She.
So, I haven't seen Neza because she's gonna send it off. She's with her other family, her consistent family.
Yeah. She's been talking about coming to see you. She keeps saying it. I'm like, yeah, I need to speak to Ash. I spoke to Ash Nawaz. Like, I need to go see her. Like, yeah.
Oh, Neza. Yeah, but I actually haven't seen her. And man, I can't even tell you the last time I remember seeing her.
Wow.
Crazy. And she's works down the street.
Right. Pretty much lives there at this point. Looks like we might get a gold continuation pattern. Look, GJ's still selling down. So I actually said I want pound yen to close back below this resistance to sell down. We don't have much of a top wick. Don't have much of a top wick, which is annoying. I was looking for these sells right here, but it's after 9 o'clock when the volume dies down, so I think we might get some range in.
Yeah.
Crazy. So I mean, this would have been the move. If it had happened a bit earlier, this would have been the move, or this had a top wick earlier, potentially that would have been the move. So nothing today.
That would have been good to ride it into that broken resistance, but the top wick just came out.
Yeah, it's like that sometimes. It's all good. And then gold. I don't know what gold's trying to do right here.
I don't know what gold's trying to do either. And
but yeah, I'm
about
gonna
to call it a day.
Yeah, same. 9 o'clock. It's the time that I finish. Nothing going on.
I'll see you for New York session.
Yeah, for sure.
All right now.
Alright, girl. Later. Oh, GJ. It's got the resistance and the lower high. Breaking the low. I mean, it was a slow trade. Would have used the previous candle high, then pushed to the entry candle. So dropped it to 10 pips. But yeah, I still think we at least retest this support for 30 pips. And then come all the way down to the low. Okay, gold. Retesting this resistance. Kind of want to see what happens here. Is it finally gonna break that 4-hour high? Not much of a bottom wick. Said gold is confused. I mean, if I was looking for a wick fill, then like I said, I wanted to see uptrend structure. Just kind of a bit curious to see what's going to happen. Okay, pound yen made a longer top wick. Yeah, it's just not my time to take trades otherwise. I mean, the sells from here still look good to the bottom of the range. It's just I like volume to break this support, and this is a time where I don't feel like, well, not I don't feel like, it's a time when not much volume comes. So Gold, gold, gold. Does this resistance hold or break? I'm gonna see how the next 15-minute candle closes. Just keep an eye on it, but to be honest, I'm done for the morning. Apart from Benny, anyone catch any moves today? GJ pushing back up a bit. Now this is what it does. In between the London session to NY crossover, we get the confusion. This is very, very choppy right now. We've created a lower high, but the immediate trend within the last 3 hours is bullish, but the overall trend is bearish. This is where it gets a bit tricky. So sells from the top of the range, obviously best. Buys from the bottom of the range, but now we're kind of in the middle. So I'll need a breakout. Okay, gold, you holding at this resistance? Potential continuation. Yeah, if it flips bearish and then breaks the low or pushes down to fill this wick, it would have to fill the wick at least to be a continuation pattern. So for that, for me, for the continuation, I need to see the time frame before create structure in that direction. So I'd need a resistance, lower high, break the previous 15 low for the pattern to play out. But I think it looks like we could be getting a lower high here on the 15-minute. Pound yen, nothing. Quiet session today. I mean, there have been some potential moves. Those quick gold sells, very short-lived. Resistance formed, lower high. Sells at the break of this low. Good for nearly 40 pips before it retraced. So well done, Benny, for catching that. See, it didn't have a top wick for me, so I weren't able to get in. By the time I look back, top wick was there. GJ sells. They were there, but they were risky. Still didn't get to 20 pips. So kind of glad I didn't take that. But if you're looking for 10 pips, 10 pip scalp, would have been good. I was waiting for a closure above on gold. I mean, we could still get a closure above on gold. Do want to see how this 15 closes. Closure above in 30 seconds. Maybe. Might have to wait for the 30-minute candle now. Might as well give the stream 2 hours. I did start at 7:30. Okay, 15-minute close below. But it did break these two highs right here. 260, 2903. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this 30-minute candle to close. See if we get that closure. What's everyone in the chat looking for? You guys looking for any setups? What are your thoughts? Pound, yen or gold? Pound, yen, or gold? I'm kind of leaning towards gold buys. Gold closure above in the next 15 minutes. Gold buys. Okay. Buys if the wicks are broken. Yeah, it looks like he wants to push, right? It looks like it, but we do have these rejection wicks to the left. All this right here. That's not what I want. I want this. Rejection wicks. Where prices come up multiple times, tapped, and then pulled back. Oh, gold. Gold is going places. Oh, it's gone. Broken that 4-hour high, so we got the wick fill. Got the wick fill. You still looking for buys on gold? Oh, of course. Of course. That's why I'm still on. I'm looking for that closure above. But I'm also very aware that we have these rejection wicks in here. But we have broken this 4-hour high. Was talking about wick fills and how you have to look at the lower time frame structure. But wow, what a push that was. What a push that was. To then retrace. Come on, gold. What are you doing here? what are we doing here? It just retraced 20 pips, but it could go back. We can push again. Look at that rejection. Interesting. I mean, it's not a rejection until the candle closes, so we could still push up. It's only 20 pips. It's not even... 20 pips isn't really anything for gold. Is it going to refill the wick? Refill its wick? I mean, we've already cleared the 4-hour high, so... Broke both the lows and the high. Yeah, there we go. Refilled the wick. Where are we heading to? Oh, don't push up too much. But look, clean candles to the left. Super clean. I want the next candle, create a bottom wick. Potentially retest this resistance, shoot up. Where's the... now, it depends if we can close above these Asian highs. But... yeah, I think gold buys are definitely on the table. If we can stay above here in the next 7 minutes, it's just perfect uptrend structure to fill that wick. Come on, gold. Also, don't really like rushing into trades on a Monday morning. Sometimes you gotta let the market open, settle, you know, create this game plan. I don't know, man. I don't see the gold sells. I don't think I'll see them until I see them, you know, until they happen. That pullback was very needed on Friday. I think I'll use this, definitely use this 4-hour candle here as an example in my wick fills video. Rejection wicks and wick fills. What's GJ doing? GJ's chilling. Didn't quite retest this 4-hour resistance, but we pulled back some. Oh wow, look at that, it's dropping the last couple minutes of the candle. But that's the thing, when that's kind of what I don't like about certain candles, like when they open and go in the direction that I'm looking for a trade, as soon as the candle opens, it leaves the last half of the candle to pull back. So that's what I like, when candles get created, wicks get created in the opposite direction first. But this candle doesn't even have a bottom wick. Oh, it does, but very, very small one.
Are you on the phone?
Streaming. Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh, 1 minute left. So gold is not trying to close above, huh? You know what? Can't rule it out. Anything could happen in the next minute. Anything can happen in the next minute. 30 seconds. Now, if gold closes below this previous resistance here, I think the next candle could create another lower high. How's it going to close? Well, it's not closing above the resistance. Crazy, right? Right, nothing here, guys. I'll be back for NY. I will see you guys then. What's pound yen doing? Pound yen is creating possibly a lower high as well. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for these pairs to settle in for sure. Cool. Alright guys, peace out. See you in a couple hours.